Hi y'all, this is Jeff from Jeff's Vegetable Gardening and Containers. Well, today we're going to do a little fruit from the Florida house. As you can see, that's mangoes we got today right there, and then I have a whole sink full of mangoes too. And you're thinking, why are they in the sink? Well, once you get all these mangoes, and they're big ones, you got to wash all the sap off them, clean them up, and then if you want to ripen them, my son-in-law and my daughter, Jeff and Jenna, already have 2 bags of them. They put in brown bags. They date them in 10 days. They're ripe, and you can make them, freeze it, and make them in smoothies or eat it, whatever you want to do. But we picked all these. Some are ripe or some aren't. The ones that were real ripe, I gave her 5 more or so, and they probably got 10 in their bags. So I have like 78 here, so and I gave her like 5, that's 83, and they probably got 2 bags, it's probably like 93, and probably about probably 8 to 10 of them go to the ground, they split, whatever. So that's we had them on there and there, but that's quite a lot of mangoes we got off the tree. And I posted pictures earlier of the mango tree, which is right here, and you can see one hanging there. That's just a little baby one, but it took about 2.5 hours with these stretchable poles here. And you got to go up and grab them and twist them and pull them down, all that kind of stuff. If you look up, if you look up inside the tree, you can just see it's just, I got to thin this tree out like I did before. I think that's what gave us real good production. I see one hanging right there that I've been looking all over for, so I got to get that. And I found a couple more about 35 to 40 foot up, or 30 foot up, whatever long that pole goes, to the very top where the sun hits the tree. So, there will be more we have to get, but we're going to have close to 100 mangoes off this tree, so it was a real good production as far as that goes. It was excellent. Still haven't gotten to the yard 100%. That's my guava tree slash bush right now. That takes a while to produce, but I'm keeping it in a bucket, and the natural rain, and when my son-in-law and daughter come over, they douse a little water on it when they can. But down here, everything's just growing crazy right now. So we'll just keep hanging. And this right here is a papaya tree I did with seeds. But you'll see there's 3 trunks coming up there. I'm going to eliminate 2 of them, so it just becomes one to concentrate on one. And then it'll get like 10, 15 tall, and it's supposed to produce, I think it's 1 or 2 papayas, and then we'll see what that ends up coming out of. But the freeze last year hurt it pretty hard, but it has come back strong. This is my lime bush I've been telling everybody about for a while. Of course, there's no limes on it right now, but it is probably 3 times the size of what it was last time. So we're gonna just keep fertilizing and let her go, and then I'll be able to work on it after that as I go. That right there is the grapefruit tree, and there's a couple baby grapefruits up on the top of it, but hasn't been producing like it was before. So I'm going to cut that down about halfway and strip it and see if it'll come back some. But if not, I'm going to just take it out completely and put something else in. That's our orange tree, which, whew, probably got a couple hundred oranges on it, but they're all green, as you can see. And they don't normally get ready until it's kind of weird. It's kind of like the middle of winter / spring is when they're ready to come off. But I'm probably going to take that one out eventually too, because it's more of a bitter type of orange. I don't really like it. I'm going to go with more of a tangerine on that one. This over here is Pomelo tree. I picked this thing dry when I was down a couple months ago, but I got one big one back in there, big one up here. So I'll be bringing By looking at it, there's some real big ones back there. I think about 8 to 10 of them home with me. But the other ones I'll leave on because they'll just get bigger and bigger. This is another type of mango tree, but this has the green mangoes on it. And I cut this, if I step away from it, it looks like a tree. And I trimmed this thing back to nothing last year. I mean, nothing. Because that's what you got to do with some of these fruit trees to get them grow and produce. And Jen and Jeff said they saw some on here, and this was just green mangoes. They saw some on here last week, and they were going to get them when they came by this week. And they're gone, and I'm pretty sure this one's already produced. So I'm going to look in here a little farther inside the trees and stuff to see if I can find a couple. But I think this one might have already produced and did its thing. And the critters, which you have to fight down here all the time from the squirrels to the fruit rats to the raccoons to the, there's just stuff all over them. Whether you're here, you're not here, whatever's going on, they're going to get their certain amount. The thing that gets you is they kind of go up inside the other mango tree and they eat the things up in the air, and they eat only the little, like, quarter of it where it's real ripe. They eat it because they got the smarts to do that, and they leave them dead things hanging, and then eventually they fall over your yard, and they waste a lot. So like I said, we probably had 10 or 15 that got wasted by them doing that. But hey, that's Florida life. Yeah, I'm looking in. I don't really see any on here, but I'm not looking like crazy right now. But I'll look a little better as we get through the time here that we're here for. This is our banana tree here. I took the dead leaves off it and everything, but I'm not here to catch it. It's from my friend Nan, but you can see there's another baby growing there. And this grows some type of red bananas that are real sweet she was telling me about. I'm not sure if it has yet or hasn't yet, but if they are, we're not here to catch it. So we will eventually catch it or find a way to do it the right way. I'm just surprised with this thick as this mango tree is. I'm just surprised that there were some on here and there's just not a few they didn't get to. But when you live in Florida, you're living kind of in the jungle. So and what is domain around here, or what they want to do, or what's going to happen is going to happen. They just take over and do what they want to do. The stuff down here, the main thing is trying to keep rid of any hashes like termites and bugs and fire ants and stuff like that. The rest of it, you got to kind of share with Mother Nature. Brand, stay out of there, no digging. Hey, no. And you got to kind of put up with them. I don't know if I showed that's 2 poles we reach up. I have a little video of my wife taking some of these off here. And this is a type of birch. It's like a swamp maple birch right here. Got the nice pink flowers off it, but it's kind of in the way to mangoes, so I got to trim it. This is a orange tree here too. This normally produced, but you see it's not in production time now, it's leafing, but you can see how bad it's eating up back in there on some of that bark and stuff. So it's been here a long time from the people that were here before. So I'm going to be taking that one out. And this is a little tiny oranges. Damn if I can think of their name right now. But clementines. And that normally gets quite a bit on there, but you see it's starting to get weathered. So these fruit trees I'm noticing over the years, some of them, not the mangoes as much and the pomelo, but the oranges and the grapefruit, they last a long time, but once they start deteriorating, they just don't stop. They have a mind of their own growing season. their own stuff and know what they want to do. So, gotta cut that hedge back. Holy crap! Right into my yard. Shit. Things take over. Some nice red. They're the same as I got out front. Hibiscus bushes there. This is from my friend Nanny. You can see I got to really trim this back. It's a beautiful vine bush that gets flowers all over it, and I got to trim that all back. And one of those colorful ones, another bush vine bush coming up here. Here's the hibiscus, which it looks like it's dead half the time we come here, depending on the season. And now you can see it's growing back now. So same as this one's growing back. They all grow back. That's a weird thing. Even after a frost or hot weather or something you don't want, they seem to come back here after a while. It really hurt that one during the frost, but you can see it growing back. This is the lemon tree. It normally has pretty good production, and I do fertilize it. But when I was out here earlier, I didn't really see any lemons on here. Maybe you can see that little one right there. I don't see many on it, and if I remember right, lemon season is not. Yeah, I see a couple more in there too. So it's not exactly right now, if I remember right, the lemon season, or for lemons is more the fall and the winter season when they get themselves all prepared and ready to be taken out of there. But I got to cut that way back, and I'm going to cut it down to a small little bush again and cut it up from the ground and everything, and they'll get more air through it, and it'll do more production. But as long as it don't die and keep it going for a little while, then when I get down here full time, we'll be able to go through the whole thing and make sure we're together. And you can, like I said, you can see that one lemon growing there. The thing about lemon trees, they got large needles and spikes on them, so you don't just reach in there and pick a lemon off. And that's a Meyer lemon type there. If you remember last time, that was dead. That was dead. A lot of the stuff was dead. Because when we were down, we came down in the spring, but they had a hard frost down here, which is hardly never happens, they say. But it happened. And so we're just keep going along and do it. A hot frost. Desert rose was wet, soggy, just looked like it would never come back. You can see it now. And it's come back from my friend Kathy. Both these bushes came back. And you can see that fern right there was completely gone. It's come back from the frost, and that one's come back. So we're doing pretty good here. Just got a few things I gotta keep up on and keep going while we come back and forth, and otherwise we're in pretty good shape down here. So that's a bird of paradise. But as you can see right now, it's not in season. That is in season. I can't think of the name of that thing right now. It's hell. It's actually hell. When you get on and you're videoing and you're doing things and you're all set to do what you got to do, and then you can't remember half of what you said or what you were going to do. So I'm going to get out of here for now because we've gone through quite a bit of stuff. And I don't know, I'm standing here right now. You can see that's a little grapefruit up there. There's one or two growing on there, but you can see the bark and the way it's starting to chew up. So see how it's dying off here? I got to get rid of that dead part. If I get rid of that dead part, that might, even though it's growing down there, I might be able to send the strength up to that side and get it. And then I got to really trim back this orange tree too, because once that growth gets out so far like it is, and it's bending the branches and doing all that, it's just taking too much energy to do it. You can grow just as many oranges on the inner part than you do the outer part that are hanging off there now, and they're just putting more stress and take away more energy to do what it needs to do. All right, guys, well, you can see the size of that mango tree there, and we pretty much cleaned it off. And that's a little baby one right there, if you look. Nice tiny. The other ones are just huge. So like I said, I still probably got another 15, 20 to get off here. I just gotta get more time in here to really look through and do it. But that's enough for today. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and I'll be putting a video out on my garden when I return and when other things are going on. And there's my security over there, my assistant. Hey, Fran. Hi, girl. That's my assistant. She eats frogs, lizards, you name it. She's got it. Birds, but we'll be talking to you soon. Don't forget to go out to YouTube to Jeff's Vegetable Garden in Containers. We're also on Instagram under the same thing, Jeff's Vegetable Gardening in Containers. And I'm creating a separate Facebook page because YouTube seems a little slower in views sometimes, but it is getting there. Just to keep up with the updates that people are asking for and questions. So when I get that up, I'll let everybody, hey, no digging. And we'll just keep going from there. All right, guys, have a great rest of the week, and we'll be talking to you soon.